Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dixie coming to you live with our Women's in Business series episode with the amazing Danny. We're going to bring her on real quick before we get started. So, as I am inviting Danny onto this live so that we can bring you guys some tips in regards how to increase your algorithm grade with Facebook. Tag your girlfriends, tag anybody that you know, even men, you guys, even though we say women in business, we are actually here to help everybody in business that is building online through social media. So tag them, share this out. Let's give it just a minute. Danny's going to come on. We've been testing Facebook, and Facebook has been very, very finicky the last little while. We've been going at this for a minute now, trying to get this whole duo live going. Looks like Danny's here. We're just going to bring her on, and we're going to pray that everything works. So you guys, we are going to bring some fire to this live because we do the entrepreneurs that are going with the new technology in the world. Hey, Danny, we're on. Oh my goodness. I think it's working, right?
Finally.
Perfect. Okay, so one thing real quick. I see a lot of you guys on here. Danny and I are having issues with sound. We don't know if we're super quiet. We sound quiet on our end. So if you can't hear us, tell us, and we will like yell at this camera if we have to. Okay, so you guys, we're going to actually get into this because we really want to bring you guys tips. Like there's a lot of entrepreneurs we know with this whole new wave in the way that our world is shifting, everybody's moving to online, right? Now, Danny and I, we've been building online for 3 years now. So we're ahead of the game, which is great. So we're going to just bring some tips that are going to help you increase your algorithm grade because let's face it, if you've got an F when it comes to algorithms, everything you do on Facebook is not, I mean, it's not even doing any service to you. So we want to make sure that if you're going to be using social media, guys, ladies, whoever's on here, that you are getting a good grade to where your content is being seen. So first, I'm going to go ahead and introduce the amazing Danny. You guys have seen us doing lives before, you guys. Danny's an amazing mom of 2 beautiful kids. If you don't follow her little family story, I'm just telling you, I feel like I know those kids. I've never met them in person though, right? But amazing mom of 2. She lives in Utah. She's been an entrepreneur for many years. She's been here in the same company with me for the same amount of time. 3 years now, she does this business with me. We do this all online through social media, so we don't do anything outside of the home because we all have babies. So I'm going to let Danny start this off. Like I said, you guys, we have tips on how to increase your algorithm grade. So when you're watching, tag all your entrepreneur friends, share this out to them so that we can help them succeed in business too. So Danny, please take over the mic.
Thank you for the intro, Dixie. That was so sweet. Okay, so I'm so excited because, like Dixie said, the algorithm is everything. So, first of all, in case you guys don't know exactly what an algorithm is, it's basically just a mathematical equation that Facebook and other platforms use, and each one is different, but it's how they are able to tell you or show you certain things that they think will interest you. It's like the same thing that Netflix uses to recommend certain movies, and you're like, how do they know that I want to watch, this type of movie? It's because they follow this equation. If you watch this and this, if you like this, then they figure out what other movies you could be interested in too. So Facebook does the exact same thing with your friends, and there's certain ways where you can boost your algorithm to be seen by more of your Facebook friends. So basically, the biggest thing is Facebook wants meaningful interactions. They want connection. They're trying to connect everyone. They want it to be meaningful. So things like, you want to get lots of comments on posts, and you want to comment on lots of people's posts, and you want to do reactions. Facebook doesn't, they changed it a few years ago. I was trying to remember when, Dixie might know, but they changed it from just a like to now you can love something, or you can be sad on something, or you can laugh at something. And using those instead of just liking it, actually boosts your algorithm a lot. Things like shares, if people share your post, or if you share theirs, that's going to boost your algorithm as well. Sending links, and not links outside of the platform, FYI. Facebook wants you to stay on Facebook for as long as possible. So sending links like to another post, sending like on Messenger, you can send a link to a different post, or if someone sends your post to someone in Messenger. That's all boosting your algorithm too. Facebook looks at that and they look at what you do publicly as well as privately. So if you're spending lots of time in Messenger, Facebook sees that too, and that's going to boost your algorithm. So that means you're like actually talking to people, right? You're creating these relationships.
Hey, Danny, real fast. Real fast. Sorry, I know we have people watching. Can you guys please let us know how our sound is? Danny's really quiet on my end, but I don't know if it's the same with you guys that are watching because Facebook has been so finicky. We've been working with the headphones and everything. So please, if let us know if either one of us needs to speak up. But so go ahead, Danny, finish that. You were talking about, you know, Facebook wants us to have very meaningful content, and they pretty much stalk us, you guys. Like, they are watching what you do on Facebook, whether you want to believe it or not. So like Danny said, they're watching to make sure that your stuff is genuine. Sending links is going to shut you down. So go ahead and finish that, and I'm going to watch the comments to see if somebody can let us know if we're loud enough or if we're quiet on their end as they're watching the video.
Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. The last thing I have really about the interactions was Facebook also can tell how long people stay on your post. So if you're posting something that's supposed to be read, like if it's a long post and it really takes a long time to read, Facebook knows if people are just scrolling by, if they're not even finishing that. So part of the thing with this though is you cannot just go and expect your audience to read your whole entire long post. Okay, you have to earn that from your audience. You can't just go and start, you know, blah, 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 making a bunch of these long posts. Really, the best posts are ones that are short and simple, that people can just read quick. Because let's be honest, like no one's sitting there wanting to read a novel, unless it's something important or like maybe you want to be vulnerable about something. And those things are great at a certain time, but not all the time.
Yep. So, and I'm gonna play on to that because talking about, you know, the interactions, that's like one of the biggest things that you guys can do is having those interactions. But Danny, they did say you were a little quiet, and I'm wondering, do you have are they wireless headphones?
Yes.
It could be that they don't have a mic in them, and so it's your mic is on your computer. So you might just have to do like real close up or just yell. Tell Jimmy in the background, don't worry, everything's okay. We're just building, we're just doing a live here. But so you like,
all right, I'll try to be louder.
Oh, that right there already sounds better on my end. So we're good. Okay, so like Danny was saying, you guys, like interactions is one of the biggest ways that Facebook is going to grade you. So like she said, if you're posting all kinds of stuff, you're posting links, you're posting long stories, and nobody's engaging, nobody's commenting, Facebook is going to pretty much think you're a spammer or it's not a real account. So they're going to put your grade in the toilet because you're not there making those connections. And that's what Facebook looks for. Granted, Facebook was designed for families and friends, like Danny was talking about. It wasn't designed for entrepreneurs, but we're taking it over. We are rewriting the rules here. So here is a tip that you can use to get those interactions up. And obviously, we know the more interactions we have, the more opportunity we have to create relationships, to create leads, to grow our business, to help people with our products, right? So tip number one that I have, I call it the rule of 20. Danny talked about you got to give to get, right? And it's the same in everything. So I want you to look at this as like your bank account, you guys. You have to go to work and put deposit, you got to have deposits put into that bank account, because if you go to the ATM and you withdraw from it, it's going to get denied. And that's what Danny was saying is, if you are wanting people to come engage on your stuff, it's not going to happen if you're not engaging on their stuff. So it's the give-get relationship when it comes to social media. So I call it the rule of 20. Now, this is not something I do every time I go to post, because every time I go to post, you know, some things I don't care if I get a ton of engagement or not. You know, like if I post a picture of the, you know, like trying to lasso the chickens, I'm not too worried if I get a ton of engagement on it. But naturally it will, because it's a lifestyle post. But you're building a business here. So our purpose is what? Showing our lifestyle, but also building our business with teammates and selling products to people or services, whatever it is that you offer. So the rule of 20, it's that you want to help you. It looks like we lost Danny. When she comes back on, I'll see if I can get her back on. There she is. I was thinking, Let me bring her back on. So the rule, guys, anytime you're going to do a post that you really want to have engagement on, you want to attract people from, go give 20 other people that are not in your business. Okay, don't be doing this to people in your business because it defeats purpose. Your friends and family that are not customers or not business partners with you yet. These are, you have a whole line of people on Facebook that are your friends that have not tried your services or products. Go engage on their stuff, but do it meaningful, you guys. And Danny, I think this was one of your tips that you were going to talk about. So I'll throw it over to you. I did think that you were sitting really still. I'm like, man, she's not even blinking an eye, but I think you were frozen. But so you got to do the rule of 20 when you have a post that you really want to get attention. But when you're doing the rule of 20, don't just go drop emojis. And so I'm going to throw it to you, Danny, because you talked about, you know, having a certain amount of words and the way that you're going to leave that engagement, because Facebook's watching that too. If you're just an emoji queen, you drop, they're like, yeah, no, that's not real connections. We're going to give you an F on that one too. So tell them more about the types of engagement that they can do on other people's posts when they're doing the rule of 20.
Yeah, so Facebook likes comments that are at least 4 words or more. So really try to pay attention. You don't, like you said, you don't want to just do like a heart when you're leaving a comment. That's a comment. You can ask questions. Really, really, really Facebook rewards the whole back and forth. So if you're asking questions and having like a full-on conversation on someone's post, Facebook rewards you big time for that. So always try to end with a question. It's a pretty simple thing to do. Let's see. One thing. Let's see what else I want to say. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything.
No, you're okay. What I could do is, oh, go ahead. Yep.
Go for it. No, go for it.
No, I was just going to lead into another tip that has to do with after they do their rule of 20, they're posting. But if you're still talking about the type of engaging.
No, that's it. You can
okay.
Go.
Okay. So I'll run with this one. So you guys, obviously you're doing the rule of 20 because you want to post, you want people to come see the post, you want that to lead to some type of interaction. I know a lot of times we get really excited in business. I've done it before where you're posting a ton. I want you to write this down. I want you to comment it below, and I want you to remember and tell yourself this every time you are using social media. Less is more. Absolutely game changer when it comes here, because let me just explain to you. If I show up and you guys see a picture of my kids eating heart-shaped pancakes, cute, love it, great. And then 2 hours later, I show you that I'm eating almonds and cheese for my snack. Okay, who cares? That's not that great of a post. Then all of a sudden I have a post about the workout of the day. And then now I'm sharing somebody else's post. And then by the end of the day, I have like 6 posts up, and I'm like, ooh, I'm going to put up a curiosity post on how I can help people lose, 3 to 10 pounds in their first week. What's going to happen is you have been given an F on every single one of those posts because you're doing it way too much. And then after 1 or 2 posts, people are not coming to look at your stuff anymore because they're like, we're just going to see another chicken sandwich. Like they're not gaining value out of it. So you have to think about this. When we limit the amount of posts, I always say 2 max a day. And sometimes I only do 1 time a day. It really, like, there's a lot that goes into it. I'm not going to get that detailed because we want to keep this very basic, but less is more. And when we can focus on the quality versus the quantity, you are going to be able to put out a lot more valuable content. Because if you're posting even 3 times a day, 4 times a day, Danny, tell me, how consistent can you be? If you're posting 4 times a day, how consistent can you be with quality content that people want to see? You can't, and you're going to fry yourself. So less is more, you guys. Do this, this is really going to be something big in your business. So go ahead, Danny. Yes.
So just to go off of that for a second, that's why Facebook made stories. You can go and do as many stories as you want. If you want to share a bunch of stuff during the day, that's awesome, but do it in your stories. That's what it's for. And really, like 1 or 2, like Dixie said, quality posts on Facebook. Heck, I think 1 a day is hard enough, right? But stories, there's no really rules right now for that. Just if you want to share what you're eating all the time, go for it on your stories.
Yeah, and Danny, something that I say all the time, like in all the trainings that I do, I always say be classy on your Facebook, and you can be a spammy butthole in your stories if you want, because it's accepted there. It's different in your stories. So that's all I had in regards
Mm-hmm.
to less is more. So if you want to go on to your next tip, to help people with getting you guys want an A when it comes to the algorithm game. So
Yeah, the thing kind of falls into that. One of the things that I have found personally that Facebook really rewards a lot is just a simple like text as a post, like just a simple text and using one of their backgrounds that they've created. I feel like those are really, they get tons of engagement. Facebook must be rewarding them and boosting them in the algorithm. And I think it's just because like Dixie said, they're just short and simple, and people can read them really quick. They can respond, and then they can move on. So I
it
think Facebook really likes those too.
looks like that.
Or just like, yeah, exactly. So do that. You can ask questions. Like some of my best engagement posts are just like asking people questions with a background, and people love to give their opinion. So I ask their opinion for everything.
Whether you want their opinion or not, they're going to give it to you. So you may as well make
Yeah.
a post out of it that's going to increase your
Which
algorithm grade.
haircut should I do?
Yep,
You already know what
exactly.
you're gonna do, but people love to give their opinions anyway. It's fun.
Exactly. And then you can reward the person that picked the haircut that you did do. Be like, how did you know? But that was actually something I was
There
going
you
to bring.
go.
That was something I was going to bring up, is a really good way to increase your algorithms are those engagement posts. And the engagement posts can, I always say, get creative with them too. Ask different questions, whether it's about hair. Women, we know about hair, nails, makeup. Everybody's going to comment on that, right? But you can also, like, you can use it in the context of business too. You can do an engagement post asking, like, what is your go-to favorite business tool that you can't go without? Because not only are you going to create engagement, but now you're providing value, because other entrepreneurs are going to read it. They're probably going to find some tools on there that they can use for their business as well, along with yourself. Like, you might have another entrepreneur tell you about an app or something that makes their life easier in the business. So, I mean, it's tenfold on the way you do that. So you can use it just, for lifestyle, asking questions. You can use it for, business. But also, one thing I really like to do too, we've all heard this term, and it goes a long ways when it comes to business: funny equals money. And it's so true, because if people come to your page and it's all family, lifestyle, business, product, but they don't see like your humor is really going to attract people, and that's what's going to keep them coming back to checking out your page. So, like, I know with Danny, she has a lot of really humorous posts that she puts up about, do them as an engagement post, but they turn into them. And there have been times where she has put a question with it to turn it into an engagement post with her kids, and it's blown up. So use those engagement posts in many different ways. So you can use the funny aspect of it as well. Hi, Kinsley. She's going to be the
Yes,
star
I'm
of our
liking
show.
it.
She's going to take it on. All right, what's your
Yeah.
next tip?
Okay, let's see. Well, I think we all know that live video is the most rewarded by Facebook. So if you want to speed up your business, you have to go live. That's the quickest way to build your business on Facebook. Go live, at least for 3 minutes. And you don't want it to go on forever, because one of the things that Facebook looks at is if people are watching until the end. If you're watching, you better stay on until the very end.
Start
But
commenting so
Facebook
Facebook
looks
knows
at
you're
that.
still here.
Yeah. Facebook doesn't want you to go on this, pay attention for more than a minute. So you want to make sure that you're providing value to the live videos, and again, just not making them like super long and boring.
Yeah, and in regards to the live videos, Danny, you talked about 3 minutes. The types of lives that you do have to catch attention. If it's a live of you running with your camera and you're showing your kids running, that's not going to get people on. Okay. Hey, look, we got somebody comment. Gina is still here. Awesome. You're helping us with our algorithm game with our grade.
Gina.
So, but so even if it's only 3 minutes, like maybe it's just you sharing your favorite quote and why that quote has helped you. Like, let it be of value, because that's the only reason people come to lives. If there's no entertainment and there's no value, they'll jump off of it. And then the last thing that I have, Danny, I don't know if you have more after this, is when it comes, I mean, this whole like social building, like building a business through social media, it really is a game, and rules change all the time. You always are trying to find new ways to make it work. But one thing that I have found that has really helped me a ton, Danny, and I'm sure it's helped you too, is really finding like the perfect post times. And it's different for everybody because we're all in different time zones. We all have different followers. So we all have people that are in different, like, you know, that are doing different things in life. So you have to play with it to figure out what time works. And in fact, we're going to be honest, that's why Danny and I went at like 2:30. Normally what we do is, like, at least for me and Danny, yours might be a little bit different. My best posting time is in the morning, like after most people get to work, before they get heavy into their job duties. So like for me, I usually post between about 8 to 9, maybe 9:30 Mountain Standard Time in the morning. That's when I get the most engagement and attention if I have the right post. Then I know after, like right about after dinner time, because most people get home from work, they're cooking dinner, they're taking care of kids, but after dinner time, everybody's sitting on the couch and everybody grabs their devices. But Danny and I are entrepreneurs. Other entrepreneurs that stay home, that are home all day building their businesses. So obviously 2:30 is prime time for our market of entrepreneurs. So this was a test, and I mean, I think it went pretty good for 2:30. So you have to test it, figure it out, find those prime times and work with those times. Most people, like I've seen a lot of people post at like 11 o'clock at night. In most cases, those don't do very well unless if you have a huge market of night owls, which that's kind of hard to, most people don't. So find a good time, like think about people's lifestyles. When are they going to have time to scroll Facebook? So that's my last tip, Danny. I'm going to give it to you to see if you have more.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I think we hit them all. Those are really good tips, really helpful, and that's a lot of information. So if you guys start putting these to use, like please let us know what works for you. What do you feel like are the best times that you go on, and what are the best types of posts that you guys have found? Yeah, tell us, anything that you notice as well, and any results that you have using these tips. We would love to hear it. So thank you guys so much, Dixie, for having me.
Yep. And then one more
So
thing,
fun.
Danny, for the people that watch this to the end, Danny and I are also going to throw a post up. Probably won't be till after this weekend. Danny's going to the cabin with her family, and my weekends are usually busy with kids. But Danny and I are really working on our series to actually bring value to help entrepreneurs build their business online. And we did a live video, I think it was 2 weeks ago. Last week was like tornado for both of us to get here live, but we did a video about branding and we gave tips on branding. So what we want to do is we are going to actually open it up because Danny and I have spent a lot of money in different courses, different trainings, our experience. You guys, I've been here for 14 years in the network marketing experience. Danny, how long have you been in network marketing?
About 6 years.
6 years, okay? So we have a lot of experience with the things that we've learned. And one of the big things is obviously playing the game of algorithms, but it's branding too, branding yourself. I've learned it the hard way when I branded everything about the company and then the company went under and my whole business, everything I built was like just flattened and I didn't brand me. So to cut it short, you guys, I like to talk a lot, sorry. What we're going to do is next week, we're going to get our schedules together and what we're actually going to come live and we are going to do a branding session live. So if you are building online and you would like us to pull up your Facebook page live here and go through it and give our best tips, tell you what could change, tell you what's great, tell you some recommendations to where you get that aha first impression when people are looking. Because when you get that aha first impression, they're going to go deeper into your Facebook. So we're going to teach you how to take it from the aha first impression, give a good second impression, and then leave a lasting impression so somebody is going to stay connected with you. So Danny and I are going to take our time. It's probably going to be a little longer live, depending how many people we decide to take on. But I mean, we're going to come here with our devices and we'll pretty much like pull it up like this, and we will go through your page and we will give you all the tips that we can live. So if that's something you want to do, comment below. Obviously, we're going to take the people first from this live, and then depending how many we want to take on Danny, next week we'll put a post up. People can jump on that post, and it's going to be a first come, first serve, and then we will let you know before the live so that if you're available, you can get on. But if not, you guys, lives are all replays, right? They're all recorded, so you can jump on and catch it then. Danny, do you have anything else before I keep talking?
No, that's it. I'm so excited for that next one. It's going to be so fun.
All right, ladies and gents and everybody that's on here, we will see you guys next week with our next Women in Business series. Take care. Thank you so much for your time.